It's with grit, grace, resilient that I'm not what happened to me. I choose to become who I want to be. The American dreams mean to me stability, health, wellness. I am Kenya, and today I have the opportunity to receive Miss Kenya on my platform. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a great day to be here. What more can you complain about?
Nothing.
Nothing. No complaints. No
You look
complaints.
beautiful today.
Thank you. Hearing that from another woman just do something to our self esteem. And I think we need to say that more often, practice that more often to say, hey, queen,
Hey, Queen.
you look good today. Or
Thank
I
you.
see you.
So, how was your day?
My day was perfect.
Okay.
I've learned to practice that I'm responsible for my own happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I put myself on. Not saying that I don't have bad days
Mm-hmm.
or bad moments. I just told myself, okay, you're bigger than this, move on. You're bigger than this, move on.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to have you today.
Thank you.
And when I knew that I'm going to receive you, I didn't wake up very well today, but I
Oh,
was so happy to wait for 6 p.m. to meet you.
thank you.
So before we start, we need to do
Mhm.
some housekeeping.
Okay.
So first of all, I'm going to send you the link so
Okay.
you can invite your friend so
Okay.
they can join us and watch the live.
Yes.
And you're going to make sure that you go online too when I'm sending the link.
Okay.
You're going to make sure that you like to read it first.
Yes.
And I want everyone watching the live to like the page, to follow, and to turn off the notification.
Okay.
Because most of the time when we live, people
Mm-hmm.
are looking under different name, but they don't find it. So let me know when you get the link.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to you in
Okay.
1 second.
I'm ready.
And you can send and invite your friends so they can join us. I just send it to you.
Okay. I'm gonna join. I'm gonna send this to all my friends. Let's see.
Please do.
Yeah, because they're waiting.
They're waiting. They're happy.
Yes, they
Okay,
are
let me
happy.
share too and send the link
Yeah, they are happy.
because I don't want to introduce yourself before
Yes.
people get to watch what we're going to talk about today. I'm not too sure about what we're going to talk, but I know it's going
Well,
to be a
I'm
good day.
ready.
Okay, so just take your time and share the link
Okay.
and let
Let
me
me
know
send
when
it.
you're ready. And I'm going to talk to my friend in French a little bit
Okay.
and I will come back to you. So, bonsoir, j'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui, je suis connectée sur la plateforme de Toride. Toride, c'est une plateforme où on construit les entrepreneurs et on share des choses sur la communauté. Et si vous n'êtes pas encore abonné sur la page, soyez sûr de cliquer sur Toride, aimer la page, tournez vos notifications et laissez les commentaires dans la barre de description. Aujourd'hui, je reçois une dame qui s'appelle Kenya. Elle est américaine et elle aura l'opportunité de s'introduire dans peu de temps. Donc, c'est juste pour dire que le live serait en anglais, mais de temps en temps, je reviendrai et je parlerai avec vous tout à l'heure. Again, today we live on Toride, and Toride is a platform where we build entrepreneurs, we share with the community. And I think the last time when we were here, he said that Toride means sharing news. I hope it's not bad news, but it's a good news. And make sure you guys like the page, turn on your notification, and if you have any question, make sure you leave it in the description. And I'm going to come back, Miss Kenya.
Yes,
Are you
I'm
still
sending it.
sharing the
Oh,
link?
of course.
Go
Why
ahead,
not?
share.
You
Just
say share. I'm gonna share.
share the link.
Tell the people come in the
Yeah,
room.
ask
Come
them
in
to
the
come
room.
in the room.
Okay. Yes. Come in the room.
Okay.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
thank you
Thank you.
so much for everyone joining. Again, I'm so happy to have you tonight.
Thank you.
I'm going to let you the time to introduce yourself.
Okay.
Tell our guests who you are, what you do, and how you can help us today.
Okay. So I'm Kenya Mobley. I'm a serial entrepreneur because I believe in order for us to thrive, we have to have multiple streams of income.
Mm-hmm.
We have to think outside the box. I'm a founder of a nonprofit, Time to Love Ministry, and it's basically just what it says, time to love. I remember my grandfather telling me, and also hearing a minister say, you only get to keep what you have to give.
Wow.
So if it's love you're giving, you get to keep love. You're going to receive love. If it's, health, wealth, just spreading abundance, you will receive that. So That's how Time to Love Ministry come about.
Mm.
I'm just a regular girl, like, who just love to empower people. I just love to see people win.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
So that's one of the reasons why we're here today, because we want to see everybody win. We
Yes.
don't want to deal with any jealousy. We want to share with the community. And usually they say closed mouth don't get fed.
That's right.
So since that's your drive, so I'm really happy to talk to you tonight.
Oh, goodness.
So
I'm
Miss,
ready.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So Miss Kenya, before we talk, I always want to come back a little bit on your past.
Yes.
What brought you to Texas?
Running from poverty.
Wow. Because I know you're from Mississippi, Greenville.
Yes. So poverty would make you do like some out of the box things. It's just when you make up your mind that I no longer accept this life. That's when we're ready to change. When you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I no longer accept this life. So I come here. I hate to tell this story, but I have to tell.
Yeah, you have to tell, because people need to know where you come from, so
yes.
they can relate to what you're saying.
Yes. So I come from Greenville, Mississippi. It's a poverty-stricken area. I come to Texas with 2 kids. I only had $2,000 in my pocket.
And the car that the people were looking for.
And the $2,000 were my income tax money, okay? So, but that's all I had. Like, I didn't even have furniture. How I ended up here in Texas, I found me an apartment. An apartment say, hey, you pay a month, you get a month free. And so I'm like, 60 days.
Okay, let's come back.
Okay.
When did you know that you have to move and you have to come here? Like, what changed?
What changed?
What's the click?
The click was, I've always been told that I was this number, a statistic. And I'm the person, no, you tell me who I am. I'm going to show you who I am. So I had a kid when I was 14 and had another kid when I was 18. And so the statistics said that, you was going to be on welfare, you won't ever make it out, and your kids were, going to probably be in jail or dead by this certain age. And I'm like,
that's not me.
I'll show you. So I'm that girl. I'll show you. So I made my mind up that I did not want to be in that number. And I wanted to also prove that sometimes numbers do lie. So that was a turning point for me. Wow. You don't tell me who I am. I'll show you who I am.
And when you decide to come here with 2,000 and a car that a repo man was looking for, you were not scared?
Let me tell you, when you're in survival mode, you don't have time to be scared. You don't have time to feel the feels. All you know is, I have to survive. I have to do this. There's no feelings. You have to go. You have to move. So, no.
Okay, so you came to Texas, to Arlington, and you decide to, what happened?
So I decided I just wanted more. So I started off doing temp jobs, and I'm like, no, this is not it for me, because I'm still having to pull it together to make the ends meet. And then I end up landing a corporate job, and I'm like, I really don't like to play by other people's rules. I'm a kind of out of the box girl. But while I was working for corporate, I always knew that I wanted, because I wanted to take care of kids. I wanted to give them what I wish I would have had. So I opened a child care center. During the time, well, let me go back. I was working in corporate, right? But I'm not crazy. I know I needed a check still, right?
Yeah, because you need to pay for your bill and take care of your kids.
Exactly. So what I've done was, while I was working for corporate, I was also working for me. So in those breaks where everybody was, breaking, going to lunch and doing this, I was taking my time. I was using their printer. I was printing off my handbook. I was working for me. And, when it was night or whatever, I would put in an extra 2 hours at night after I put my kids to bed to work on my vision. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Well, I'm so proud of you, because so many people, sometimes they want to start business, and because they don't have anything, they don't know where to start. So whenever I receive people here, I usually think about those entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And I want you to tell them, for someone who want to start, and they don't have nothing, like nothing at all. And they're scared, they have, all those feelings, they don't know if it's going to work, if it's not going to work. And maybe those people are on the survival mode. What advice do you have for them?
Just get started. You would be surprised. Like, just get started. Like, I'm migrated here from Mississippi, right? And when I opened the child care center, I didn't have a network where I can say, oh, my friend girl over here have kids, I can take her kids. No, I just put a sign outside, done my due diligence to market, and the kids just start showing up. The same thing with my truck driving school. I only had one truck, and then the one truck, turned into 7 trucks. I think 7 or 8 trucks now. But the point is, just get started. Of course, the bank account is going to never match up with your vision, but you just have to get started.
So let me back up a little bit. So when you say get started, you mean get started, make sure you have a vision and work hard on that vision. Because sometimes people think that get started means that you're sitting there and things will come to you. But you have to work very hard. And by the way, congratulations to be the first Black owning a trucking driver in Texas. And I know in that time it was 8 in the whole America.
Yes,
is the number still
so
the
numbers,
same?
The numbers going up, and I'm so proud of my sisters. Yeah, so I think now we like 12 or 15 somewhere. The numbers are climbing, and I'm proud of them.
So how do you feel to be the first Black-owned driving school in Texas?
Being the first of anything comes with a lot of challenges. So it has its up and down moments, but I'm proud to be able to pave the way.
You paid the price for that?
Yeah, I paid the price. I'm still paying the price.
And you show other women that it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah,
anything is possible. I've never driven a truck before.
And that's what I was looking in your story, because when I was like, she's the first Black owning a truck. Does she drive truck? Because I was excited to say, oh, I want to drive truck. Like it was a time in my life where I was so stressed, right? And I didn't want to be around no one.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, maybe I need to learn how to drive truck so I can just travel and have my little dog with me and just go everywhere. And I realized that she doesn't even know how to drive a truck.
Nope.
And she opened that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And that goes to, if you have the vision, follow the plan. That's it. I hear people say, I'm waiting to hear a sign from God. God waiting on you. Bust a move.
Wow. So since you start your child care, so how important is networking and mentorship for any entrepreneur? Like, how did those 2 elements play a big role in your success today?
Networking is key to business, because if no one know you exist, then how are you going to get clients? So you have to constantly, people really think, let me share this with you. A lot of people think that I'm an extrovert. Really not. But I have to get out there and be bubbly, really show up as me. But I really prefer being at home. But I have to get out there because I have a business, I have a product, I have a service I need to sell. So I need to go out and show up as my authentic self. So networking is very, very key to survival in business. Mentoring. It's a lot I didn't know about business, and I had to pick it up from other people. And now I'm at a point where I don't mind on calling up people and be like, hey, how do you do this? How do I go to just gotten to that point? Because like I say, I'm at heart, I'm really an introvert, and I'm the person that says, let me do this myself. I don't need help. But that's part of like childhood trauma, like, let me do it myself.
Wow. So if a new entrepreneur or the current entrepreneur that we have now, they're trying to network, what tips do you have for them to learn how to network? Because people think that it's okay to network. They don't even know how to do it. So what advice do you have for them? Like, what did you do to learn how to network? Or how do you network?
So I get out my comfort zone. Stop hanging around people that I'm comfortable with, and get comfortable with hanging out with the uncomfortable. And when I say that, being uncomfortable, it has nothing to do with race, but it has something to do with like financial. So, here you are probably making, I don't know, $70,000 a year, and you may not feel comfortable hanging around somebody that's making 1.5 million. But if that's where you want to go, then those are the rooms you need to be in. I would suggest that you join the chambers. Like we have a great chamber here, Greater Arlington Chamber, great chamber. We have we have like Dallas Chamber. So get out and start networking with people, and you would be surprised. Very, yeah.
So when you go out to those events and you get to the home, how do you network? What do you do? Do you just go there and sit, or what do you do?
Oh, no. I don't sit.
What do you do?
So let me tell you a little secret, okay? I love fashion. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wear something that pops. And so that's what I do. I'm going to wear something that pops. And you're going to say, girl, I like that. Thank you. Hi, I'm Kenya. Nice to meet you. And I love your shoes as well. And we start talking.
Nice. So the reason why I ask you that question, because people sometimes when you ask them to go network, they go to those events, but they sit on the corner. Like you don't talk, nobody knows you. How are you going to network?
Yeah.
So
that's my little trick, that I always wear something attention pulling. And so, yeah. And then we strike up conversations that way. Or I always compliment another lady. She have on something, hey, I love your earrings. Where'd you get those from? And then we just start talking, okay, what do you do? Yeah. And then we just get the vibing from there.
Wow. Well, I hope they're listening what you're saying. And again, I'm going to ask everyone who's joining us again, thank you for watching. And make sure you like, you share the live, and you invite your friend to be on the live. Make sure you like Toride and you turn your notification on so you can receive all the news.
Yes.
Whenever it's live. Now, Miss Kenya, I'm going to come back to the community because I know you have so many stuff that you usually go to Africa and do. So tell me a little bit about that.
I love the continent. I love the continent. Let me tell you, that's my goal. That's a 5-year goal for me, but we'll talk about that later, right? So my dream was to always go to Kenya. And the reason Kenya is because my name is Kenya. Like, how could you be named after a country that you never ever visit? So I've always been my vision to go. I got an opportunity to go on a women's retreat. And when I went to the women's retreat and I was like, oh, this is nothing like what they told us about Africa. This feels like home. Like, this is home. And so while I was there, me running my mouth, I started.
But it's a good thing. Networking is a good thing.
Yeah. So I started networking and I met this lady. Her name was Angela. And Angela and her partners run this organization called Heels for Pads. And so I don't know what it is, but me and her, we just kept connected. She could be, I don't know, we was just always together. She would sit beside me, I would sit beside her. There was plenty of other seats. And so when me and her, we started talking, she shared with me the things that Heels for Pad, how they contribute. And so she told me that they help young girls. They provide Dignity Kids, sanitary napkins, underwear, soap, just the necessities to make sure that these girls can continue whatever lifestyle that they're having. And I was like, okay, let me see, let me hear more. Let me watch more. Because, people have the tendency to tell you what it is they do, but they don't actually do what they do. So then I started watching. I started watching them on social media. And everything she told me, she showed me. Yeah, she showed me. And so I was like, hey, I want to come back to Nairobi in July. I want to do a fundraiser. And she was like, really? She's like, Americans always say, hey, we'll come back and help, but nobody ever show up. I said, put me down, I'm coming. So I told all my friends here in the US, hey, this is what I'm doing. Who down? And we end up raising over 1 million shillings. We helped over 1,500 girls. That was in July. I had so much fun doing it. I told her, girl, I want to do it again. We did it again just here in December. We helped another 1,500 girls. And it just feels amazing to go back and help women, because at the end of the day, we're all connected. I don't care if I'm here in Arkansas or Utah, Nairobi, Nigeria, wherever, we're all connected.
Wow. So how many girls have you helped now?
On the continent, I think we up now to like 45.
4,500?
Yeah, within a year. So I've been to Nairobi 3 times.
Wow. So when are you going back?
October.
October, like this October?
This October.
So you're ready for your trip or?
Yes, I'm planning now. And then we'll have a fundraiser. My goal is to visit different parts of Africa and host women events. But not just, I don't just want it to be up there me saying, girl power, empower. No, I want to come with a check. You want to start your business? Pitch it to me.
Wow.
Pitch it to me. And I can see how we can help, how me and other women can come together and be able to help you start your business. Or if you are in business, let me tell you some things that I've learned along the way to help you advance in your business. And let me tell you some things that I went through to help not go through the same thing that I went through.
So what is the next country? Did you already choose?
Probably I would go back to South Africa.
Why only the English country?
Where would you like me to go?
To Gabon. I'm from Gabon.
You're from Gabon?
Okay. Or you can go to Cameroon. You know, they speak French and English.
In Cameroon? I have friends from Cameroon. And so they've asked me too to come to do water. So I don't know. If you set up something, I'm coming.
Okay.
That's a challenge for you, right? Set up something, you and your friends, and me and my friends will be there. We'll pull up.
Okay, I will see what we can do. But anyway, for your next trip to October to Kenya,
yes,
just let us know how we can help, because I'm very happy about what you do for the girls.
Thank you.
Because I know girls go through a lot, and it only takes another girls to help another girls.
Yes.
Especially when you didn't have what you want when you were young.
Yes.
So whenever you go in October, I don't know where I will be. Just let me know. I will help.
Thank you.
Let Toride know what you're going to do, and he's going to help support the way he can, and to be there for you.
Thank you.
Because we're helping you, and you know, it's about sisters supporting each other.
Yes.
And whenever we set in Cameroon or in Gabon, we're going to call you.
I'll be there. I promise you I will be there.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you hear Miss Kenya said that when she's coming to Africa, make sure you pitch your whatever that you want to do, and she's going to have a check.
Yes. Yes. We're going to crowdfund, and we will have a check, just like Shark Tank. That's my vision to do. That's what I want to do.
Okay. So let's go back to America.
Okay.
So what challenges did you face when you were opening your childcare center, your driving, and your business? What challenges did you face?
The challenges that majority women face, and majority women of color face. And that would be finance, funding. Like, how do we get access to funding? As a startup, there's not a lot of, don't dare go to the bank, because that's not going to work. So what we have to do is either we have to then save money ourselves, or call you and say, hey, do you believe in me? Or, give me $10,000 or $5,000. So we have to crowdfund. So that's like one of the challenges. Even when I speak to other women, it is finances. Like, how do you get the money?
And how did you get the money?
Oh, girl, it was by God's grace. So I end up, let me take you back. So I had a little money in a bank called, I don't know, I forgot the name of the bank. Anyway, it's in Mississippi. So I had a little money. It was a CD, right? And so, you can put it up as collateral and get a loan, right? Just keep it as collateral, money, and ask for a loan. So when I went to this bank to ask the lady for the loan, she was like, I don't think it's going to happen, being that, your credit not all that well, and you haven't been with the bank that long, but I'm going to see. And so she was like, go down the street to the hair store, and I'll let you know. I'll see what we come up with when we call the home office. So I walked to the hair store, and I'm like, praying, God, Lord, if this is for me, you show me that this is for me. Before I can even make it to that beauty supply store, the phone rang. It was her. I never forget. Her name is Miss Thelma Johnson. She was like, Kenya, this is Thelma. And girl, they approved you. I was like, what? It wasn't like a lot of money, but it was like $30,000. It was something.
$30,000 is a lot.
When you start in the child care business and you have zero. But yeah, I was grateful. Let me just say that. And so, but the point is, she looked at me and said she don't think it could happen. But the thing was, God said, yeah, this is for you. I'm going to make it happen. You know, I just trusted that it would happen, and it happened. So that's how I end up getting the child care center, right? So then with the child care center, I went on to open up a trucking company. And how I come back with the stories are so crazy, okay?
But you know what I want to take as a lesson is,
Okay.
whenever you ask for something, even if someone say no, don't take no as never. It can be a delay, or find someone else who can help you, because sometimes you can call, you speak to somebody, they don't understand, you have to call and speak to somebody else who understand what you go through, or sometimes it just depends what they put on the system to get approved. So as long as nobody has told you no, just keep going.
Just keep going.
Because at the end of the day, before you ask, you were here. If you ask and they say no, you're still in the same place.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, and I'm the type of person, like I shared with you, that I don't like to ask people for help. I can get it on my own. And so I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to ask. And she told me, she said, well, when you don't ask, it's a no anyway.
Yeah.
So why not ask? It may be a yes, but if you don't ask, it's automatically no. Wow. So I'm learning to, hey, ask.
So how did you do with the 30,000? How did you manage that money?
Girl, it was like I say, it was by the grace of God that I managed that money. I called my friends because, granted, it was an antique store. So I had to do a full remodel to turn this into a child care center. And then by being in the entertainment district, I couldn't have just a regular chain link fence. I had to have an iron fence, which costs 3 times as much as a chain link fence. So the money ran out quite fast, but good thing I had great friends, great family. I can call and say, hey, let me borrow this amount of money. And then they would just give me the money. And the crazy thing is, I opened in September. By November, I was at capacity.
Wow.
Yeah, I was at capacity by November. So I was able to pay the money back. Yes.
I know it was faith. But what else did you do to get a capacity after a month that you opened?
Just out marketing. The way that I built my child care center was to cater to a specific group, and that was for single moms. Because when I moved to Texas with my kids, I couldn't afford child care, and I made just enough not to be able to get government assistance. So my kids was left walking home in the rain, or some friend could pick them up, you know, different days. And, you know, I was like, well, if I have the tools and the resources, why won't I create a child care center, affordable child care center for single moms? And that's what happened. And we had late hours. And I also made sure that the kids was fed breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, and whatever else you wanted to eat.
So you set your standard high?
Yes. Even though we were affordable childcare, we were still nationally accredited. We were the only childcare center in a low-income area that was nationally accredited.
You did everything perfect since the beginning. So you traced your way.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, you are not what happened to you. You are what you choose
to become. Exactly. Girl, you got that down pat.
I'm going to give you a few seconds to breathe a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk to my people in French.
Okay.
And I will come back to you.
Thank you.
In the meantime, you can share the live again with your
yes,
friends.
Ma'am.
And ask them to watch you.
Dinging, dinging, dinging.
And if they have a question, they can leave it there.
Yes. Let's go.
C'est une plateforme où on construit les entrepreneurs, où on partage sur la communauté parce qu'on veut que la communauté grandisse. Et le seul moyen pour la communauté de grandir et changer de mentalité, c'est d'avoir des discussions comme ces genres de discussions. Si vous avez une chose, vous avez des informations que vous voulez faire passer, soyez sûr de contacter Toride par email ou trouvez-le sur Facebook. Encore, aimez la page, tournez votre notification on. Il y a beaucoup de choses qui se passent sur sa chaîne et si vous avez votre notification on, on va vous laisser savoir. Aujourd'hui, je reçois une dame qui s'appelle Kenya. Son nom est comme le pays qu'on appelle Kenya, au Kenya. Et elle a une non-profit où elle prend soin des jeunes filles, comment je veux dire, pas des singles, mais des jeunes filles en tout cas qui n'ont pas quoi prendre soin d'eux. Et chaque année, elle y va et je crois qu'elle a commencé cette année. Elle a déjà aidé plus de 450 femmes. Et la raison pour laquelle elle a choisi ce pays, c'est parce qu'elle dit que son nom, c'est Kenya et elle a décidé d'aller au Kenya. Elle n'a pas eu une bonne enfance, elle a un peu souffert. Elle a eu un enfant quand elle avait 14 ans et un autre quand elle avait, je crois, 18 ans. Et elle a décidé de quitter une ville où elle était pour venir au Texas pour se chercher parce qu'elle en avait marre d'être pauvre. Et elle en avait marre que les gens lui disent que tu ne vas rien devenir, tu ne peux pas réussir dans ta vie. Et à cause de ça, elle a décidé de prouver au monde qu'elle pouvait faire quelque chose qui était bien. Et ce qui est particulier dans son histoire, c'est le fait que dans son histoire, elle ne s'occupe pas de ce que les gens pensent. Elle a donné tout ce qu'elle pouvait. Elle a travaillé très dur. Elle avait la foi en Dieu, que Dieu devait l'aider. Elle a mis ses standards très hauts. Et elle nous dit aujourd'hui que c'est possible. Donc aujourd'hui, elle a, je crois, les d'équerre. Je ne sais pas comment on dit d'équerre en français. Elle est la première femme noire américaine au Texas, spécialement en Arlington, qui a une école de camion. Je crois que truck signifie camion en français. Et aux États-Unis, il n'y a pas beaucoup. Et elle ne sait même pas conduire, hein, mais elle a fait. Elle own beaucoup de business. Elle travaille avec Arlington. Elle va en Afrique chaque année s'occuper des jeunes filles. Et elle a dit que l'année prochaine, quand on va set-up quelque chose, que ce soit au Cameroun ou au Gabon, elle viendra et elle pourra aider les gens. Donc, encore, si vous avez une question, déposez la question dans la barre d'information et je vous reviens. Again, I'm live on Tori Day Platform. Tori Day Platform is a platform where we build entrepreneurs. When we share everything with the community, if you have any show, if you want to share great things, just make sure you contact him through his email or follow the page, like, and turn your notification on. So today I'm talking with Miss Kenya coming from Mississippi. Everybody from Mississippi, hi. I don't really like Mississippi. When I go there, I'm so depressed. I went to Jackson, Mississippi, but anyway, I love Jackson because I love some good people there. And she came to Arlington because she was tired of poverty. And she said she was tired of people to tell her that she couldn't make it. And she came here to show that sometimes the numbers are not always right. I know there is a lot of scientific people out there. Do not come back to me with the numbers. She said that and she's going to prove you wrong if you need. So if you have any question, if you feel depressed, if you feel like you are somewhere in your life where you think that you can't see the next hour, the next day, make sure you listen, ask question how she did it, how she make it. Because when she came to Texas, she said the repo men were looking for her car. I don't know the fate that she had to drive all the way from Mississippi to Texas, knowing that in Louisiana, people always get pulled when you speed, and she could have get that car back. But she's here, she made it, and I think her life is better.
Yes. And you want to know what's funny about that car?
What?
I called the guy to come pick the car up after I was done running and had to save money to purchase me another car. I called him. I was like, do you want your car? Come get your car. And he told me, he said, I knew where you were all along.
Oh.
He told me. He's like, I knew where you were.
Mm.
I knew where you were. So that kind of like made me feel like he wanted to see me win too. He knew that I wasn't a bad person just ripping him off. He knew, and he just wanted to see me win. So shout out to him.
She's not saying that if you have a car that you didn't pay, do the same thing. You just said that she had to do whatever she had to do.
Yes.
So now what do you do?
So now I'm still operating the truck driving school. I'm still operating the nonprofit Time to Love Ministry. With the truck driving school, we just changed the name because we have included phlebotomy courses now. I'm the type of person, if I see a trend or I see a way that a person can make some money, I'm on it. So mobile phlebotomy now, women are killing it out there.
Yeah.
So I incorporated that into the school. I also do drug testing, DOT drug testing, non-DOT drug testing, background checks, fingerprints. I teach first aid CPR. I'm just all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah, I strive for more. So.
But we don't really have a choice with the way the economy is going. Yeah. So if you want to remain the same, your life will not get better. They say for you to get better, you have to get better.
Yes.
For you to see the change, you have to be the change.
You have to be the change. Agreed.
Wow, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
No, me too. I'm so happy. Usually when we see people, they come with those great stories and having someone, especially women,
Yes,
coming with kids. So since we're talking about your kids, how did you manage or how do you manage now your kids and your work?
My kids are grown. Girl, they are grown. And you want to know, I had them at a young age, right? I had my son when I was 14 and I had my daughter when I was 18. And to be honest with you, it didn't feel like a struggle. So that's how I know God was with me all the time. You know, my kids was never abused. They were never in CPS. I never had those issues. I was always able to provide for them, even at a young age.
You know what touched me in your story? Because when I receive people here, I do a little background check.
You check me out?
No, I didn't really check you out like that, but I have to know who I'm bringing in because, disclaimer, the lawyer wants us to tell people that everything we talk here is based on our personal experience.
Yes, true.
So I don't want to bring someone and whatever they say is not true because my goal is to build a community. My goal is to bring some information for them to succeed. So I always want to check out the people I'm bringing in, you know, to make sure that, you know, we align together.
Yes.
Even though we don't agree about certain things, but I just want to make sure that you can teach other people certain things. And when I was reading about your stories a little bit this morning at 6 a.m. because I couldn't sleep last night. And I was like, wow, she got pregnant at 13. And you know, when you got pregnant earlier, you know, it destroy you, you know, as a young lady.
Yes.
And if you don't have the support of your family, sometimes it can kill your whole life.
Yes.
And I see the part where you say, my grandmother love me.
My that makes me want to cry.
No,
even just a mention of my grandmama.
Yes, she did a lot to do. She shared you with a lot of love and she tell you that it was okay.
Yes.
You know, when I was in Africa, coming from my background, our parents will tell you that if you get pregnant, I'm going to put you out. And I remember I spoke to my dad like a year ago. He was like, oh, Cadie, you're getting old. You need like to have a kid. I told my dad, remember when I was in high school and you told me that if I get pregnant, you only have one place in this house. Either me or my baby. So I don't want no kids until you get your high school diploma. If you get pregnant, either you leave or your kids stay. And listening only to that, so I told my dad, at this moment, I don't want to have kids anymore. I wanted to have kids back in the day, and you didn't want me to have any. So listening to that, your grandmother was there. She was a big support. She showed you love, and she sent you to your aunts.
Yes.
And they took you and they worked with you, and it helped you be where you are.
Yes.
And I want parents to understand that. Sometimes when we make mistakes, the past is the past. We can't change the past. We dare to give people love.
Most definitely.
And help them to move toward that.
See, now you bring up my grandmama. Now you make me want to cry. Everybody would know that I'm the biggest crybaby it is, professional crybaby. But I went through the same thing with my mother. She was like, oh no, you can't have this baby. We have to get rid of this baby. But fast forward, that baby ended up becoming the joy of her life. She just didn't know it. But when we approached my grandmother said, you know, we have to be obedient to God. And if God wants this baby to come, it'll make it here. If God don't want this baby to come here, he won't make it here. The crazy thing is he come here. He was the first one to go to college. So he set the pathway for all entire family, for my mama's lineage.
Wow.
So all of them now are going to college. Nobody went to college. I didn't go to college. My siblings didn't go to college. But he started it. He set the bar now. So now that the younger cousins and siblings, they're all going off to college now. And it was because he kicked it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
So since you talk about college, there is always a question that comes back about that you have to go to school to make it in life. What's your thoughts?
Well, this is me personally speaking. I'm not a school person. I'm more of a get out there and get it type person. I'm a make it happen type person. Whereas on the other side, my son, he has a master's and he's successful in his field. That's what that's what he does. So I degree, you don't the college. I think it comes down to personal preferences. And school was just not for me. So that's what it boils down to, personal preferences. And when it comes to parents, you have to pay attention to that because everybody wants their kid to go to college. Well, that's not what she want to do. She want to be a hairstylist. You have some hairstylists making millions of dollars, you know? So you just have to tap into your kid, see what the preference is, and just let them like their own path.
Wow. You're very successful and you didn't go to school. That's, you know, the numbers lie sometimes.
Yeah, the numbers lie. You know, I always tell people like, I can't say the numbers like just the same with my son. You know, they say the firstborn son to a teen mom is more likely to go to prison than graduate high school. The boy has a master's.
But that's the story that we have been taught and
Exactly.
tell, and we need to
Yeah.
get rid of those stories.
Yes.
And that's why we have to have role models like you,
Mhm.
you know, for our kids to see that it's possible.
Yes.
This is what they have said in the past. It doesn't always have to be like that.
Mm-mm.
And again, I'm not against school. You know, I always
Mhm.
tell people go to school. It's important to go to school because you need
Yes.
to know how to read, even to
Mhm.
sign those business leads. You have to think,
Yes.
but you don't have to be in school to succeed in life.
Nope. But I think as a parent, I think they just push school off on you because maybe they didn't have the opportunity.
Mhm.
And so they just want better for you, and better for you is going to college instead of like thinking outside the box. So
Sometimes
just
it comes
just
to
like
the culture, to
the
what they have
culture.
been
Yes.
taught, and you know,
Yes, true.
and people like big names. You know, they just like to be engineer, doctor, and stuff like
But
that.
big bills come with the big name.
Big bills, you know, student loan comes with that.
Student comes with that, of course.
So how do you feel about yourself?
I love me. I'm so crazy about me. Like sometimes it get like I don't know. I don't know. I just love me, and not saying that I don't have like I say those days. I love me so much now that I can self-soothe myself. Even when I have those doubts, I'm like, girl,
You got
hey,
this.
you remember? You come to Texas in a car that the repo man was looking for, and now you driving this. You know, I have to constantly remind myself and love myself like, hey, you done come a long ways. And this is not the stopping point. We have to keep going. Yeah, you're gonna have barriers, you're gonna have more challenges, but it's another level. And that's what I remind myself. A new challenge, another level.
But when you were going through those dark times and you couldn't see, what kept you going?
My kids. My kids have always kept me going. Because I was like, you know what? I want to be the best mom I can be to them, and I'm going to make it happen. So my kids was always my motivation. Once my kids got older, women become my motivation. I always wanted to show the next woman, hey, girl, you just right here for right now. This, if you work, whatever that work may be, you don't have to stay here. This is not the end. Yeah, it may be dark right now. Walk through it. And I tell myself that too.
Sometimes it's hard, you know. Sometimes we do everything you can. Sometimes you have all those bills there, all those issues, and you don't even see the light.
There's light. You just have to walk through it. Like I'm going through challenging times now, but I have to tell myself, hey, walk through it. And guess what? Girl, you got to have you some bum friends. You have to have some bum friends, not those friends that just want to party when you up. You need somebody in your life that's going to know something's wrong when you quiet.
I'm not lucky with that. Like I have great friends, but I have something in me that more when I tell people that I'm not doing well, it's like they look at me, they act like I don't have any issue.
Because you're a strong one.
When I tell them that I'm not doing fine, they say, but you don't look like.
I don't look like it either. But you have to have those people, and I've been picking up those people along the way. Like they haven't always been in my life, but as I'm getting older and maturing, I'm picking up those people along the way.
Now, Miss Kenya, so you own a trucking company, you own a childcare, you're adding all those stuff. How do you manage all that together?
So the childcare center, after COVID, I closed the childcare center. So I just mainly focus on the school. So God, let me tell you for sure, God gave me that daughter because she's a mini me. So she runs the business back with the. I'm like, how much does it? So I have to ask her questions. That girl, you have to get you somebody that truly has your best interest, and mine is my daughter. So that's how I'm able to manage. She called me the mascot.
So are you teachable?
Am I teachable? Of course. I'm very teachable. I know that there are a lot of people out there smarter than I am. And I latch on to those people. That's like with driving school. I don't have a CDL, but I'm not intimidated by the ones that come and get their CDL or my instructors knowing more than I know. Teach me. Teach me. I don't have a problem with telling you I don't know. I don't know.
But do you think when people teach you in your business, they make you change your vision or something like that?
they don't make me change my vision. I think they make me see something in a different light. They may enhance my vision, but you can't change my vision because this is where I'm going, you know? And I'll always make sure that the person that I'm with is aligned to where I'm going. And I had to learn that. That was a hard lesson to learn, especially in business. You know, you have to have these employees like, oh, but I really don't want to let them go. But baby, you're going to end up, either you're going to close, either you're going to pay now, you're going to pay later. And when you have to pay later, it's way more expensive than go ahead on and pay now. Meaning, let them go. They're not aligned with your business. Let them go. They're going to cause damage. Let them go.
Talking about employees, how do you manage your employees?
Family. They're my family.
Okay.
I let them, you know, I had one today say, hey, this is what we need to do. I said, okay, I'm open to it. I'm open to it because I let them be a part of what I have going on. And they don't leave me because I let them lead the ship. And I always let them know, hey, I'm going to do it your way. But if it don't work, we're going to do it my way. So they feel like they're part of the team. They're part of the family. I listen. I love them. That's it. That's
when I talk to many entrepreneurs or business owners, sometimes they're so strict with their employees, and I let them know that, you know, your employee is part of your team. Your employee are the people who's there with you every day. Yes. It's important for you to let them know how things change. And they can be older than you. You're the captain, but you have to listen to them because sometimes they see things that you don't see. And if you treat them right, if you make them own the business, it like they own. It doesn't mean that everybody is the same. Because sometimes when things goes wrong, it's like, oh, we have to let them go. But we don't always have to let them go because sometimes you are the problem. Sometimes you just want to put your vision, your mind, and you have to understand how each person works. Yeah. I work with so many people and every single person is different. What the strength of one person might be the weakness of the other person. And sometimes you have to bring them together, study each of them, and try to see yourself what you do, because you can't just decide on people's life because they have life, they have family. And sometimes we can't just say that it's always them. Sometimes if you have a lot of people leaving your company, you need to sit and see what didn't work, go through. Because it was a time in my life where I was losing a lot of employees. I was like, I personally, I was not really there. But when I sat, I decided this person left because of that, this. What was the issue? I had to create a survey, exit survey. And I realized that it was one of my employees who was driving everybody crazy. Just because she has her way and she wants everybody to do her ways. And if you were not paying attention, she was just disturbing every single person and they couldn't express themselves because maybe like that person better and stuff like that. So sometimes it's very important to, you know, because it costs too much to hire people than keeping some people. So sometimes when you employees and make sure you train them is good for your business than people. Because even the customer, when they come, they're like, what happened to this person? What happened to this?
That goes back to whoever this person is, line look like you. She didn't have the same values as you. So she was running all your employees off. About make sure that that person is aligned with who you are. And business, I had to also about looking at them like a football team, right? I don't fire you right away. Maybe I have you quarterback position when actually you're a running back. I need to change your positions, you know? And so a lot of employees don't even look at it like this. Maybe you just have them in the wrong position, move them around. And they become great at wherever you move them to.
Okay, so online to ensure that no one has a question for you.
Okay.
Before we keep talking, before they say, oh, Miss, you know, Miss Kenya was there and we had questions and they didn't say anything. By the way, I know that I always receive a lot of compliments about my makeup and who does my makeup. And I just want to let people know that my makeup is always done by MJ Makeup. She's my makeup artist. She's in Dallas.
Okay.
She can go where she works. She beat that. She knows my face and she always makes sure that I'm pretty. So if you guys want your makeup done, make sure you book her.
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah. Now, somebody said that they want to connect with you. So we're going to make sure that we leave their stuff there.
Okay.
And before I move, I will come back on the comment.
Okay.
I know you like the community so much.
Yes.
And this is one of the good points that I saw when I was looking to you. And my goal this year, because this platform we're building entrepreneur and we want to talk about the community.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep repeating myself that already is a platform where we build entrepreneur, we bring the community, we want stuff to change.
Yes.
So what did you do in the community?
What do I do in the community? Oh, I mentor. I'm just out in the community. I volunteer in the school district. I volunteer with the chamber. I help them with women's events. I've helped with bills. I was helping with childcare when it comes to prom for the school district. I help with prom dresses. I help with gas cards to help the teen moms get back and forth. So it's just,
you're everywhere.
That's because I have a crew.
I want to be like you.
Yeah, it's just not, listen, it's not many of us, but baby, we mighty. I can probably tell you on 2 hands or in my toes too, but it's a bunch of women that's with me. I don't do this alone, sister. No, it's not me. It's like.
So I know you don't know me, but I own a beauty supply in Mansfield. So since you do a lot for the community and you mentioned Prawn, and I know Prawn is coming.
Huh?
So count me in your crew because I want to network more.
Really?
I'm going to offer 5 makeup for free.
Okay.
5 hairstylists.
Shut your mouth.
You bring them in my store and I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So I can follow you in your community and see how to build the community the right way.
Thank you.
What about that?
Yeah, we coming over. Because let me tell you this. That's what Mansfield is like, my stomping ground as well. Yes, so I have Taronda, if you're watching, Whitney. Hey, we right there in Mansfield. You need to drop the address. How are we gonna know where to show up?
I usually don't talk about me, but just because you talk so much about what you do in the community, I feel like I don't do much. So I'm following you this year.
But if you don't drop that address, how are we gonna pull up? If we're here to empower each other, we are each other.
I will give you the address.
Okay. Everybody needs the address. You have my friends, they're watching, they in Mansfield. We in this area, we in Mansfield, Arlington. And to know that you're there, come on now. Tell us.
I'm going to put the address on the chat.
Yeah, put the address in the chat. Y'all heard her, right? So y'all check that chat and let me know.
5 hairstylists.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So how do you manage all those activities that you do?
I told you I have a great team. Like my daughter, she operates the truck driving school along with my staff. They're amazing. I have friends. Matter of fact, I have friends every morning. I'm not kidding you. I wake up to at least 7 Bible scriptures. I'm going to wake up to some type of gospel upbeat. So they pour into my cup early in the morning so I can put on my cape and go out and do what it is I do. So it's just not me. It's
us.
It's us. It's my friends. It's us. It's the community. Trust me.
So what do you want to tell our community?
I want to tell the community is to latch on to someone that's aligned with you. They don't have to look like you. Matter of fact, they don't even have to be the same gender as you. But find your person or find your people. And you would know your people because I have a friend. Me and her only been friends for 2 years. But when I tell you, girls, feel like me and her been together for 20 years. I know her. She know me. So find your people. Find your people. And my challenge is being vulnerable. But when I'm with you, girl, you know everything. That's the type of space that I'm looking for now. Where I don't have to hold back. I can just say, girl, kick my shoes off. This is what it is. You know, find your people that will allow you to feel safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you want the community to support you?
By giving back. Like if you see a community fair, you have some whoever is sponsoring that event and get out in your community and give back. You know, too, like if you in the healthcare industry and you need first aid CPR, call me. You're doing an event, call, connect. Just make sure you doing something that's going to better other people. Okay. Because what I realized is I'm not here for me. I came to, God sent me here to do something for you or whoever. This is not for me because, you know, I'm not that selfish.
So again, because I'm going to sing, what is Toridi?
What is the who?
What is Toridi? The platform that we are in now. is there to build a community, right?
Yes.
So because we want to be aligned with what you do,
Yes.
I want you to count me in your next projects. And we're going to make sure that he's in too, because he said that he's there to build a community, he's there to support, to see the change.
Yes.
So for that, we have to make sure that he's supporting you too.
Yes.
So the next event that you have or wherever you just make sure you send us all the information.
I most definitely will.
If I cannot be there, he's going to be there. If he cannot be there, we find someone to be there, and we're going to be part of your sisterhood.
Okay, so this is a partnership.
Oh, yeah.
Can we pound on that?
Sure.
Yes, all right. Accountability as well, you know.
So now let me go online.
Okay.
So someone says, let me see. This is Miss Shady. She said, Miss Kenya, what is that one factor that keeps you going, inspired of so many challenges you face, especially the current business you are in, while it's predominant male dominate? Again, I said you are the first Black-owned female owning a trucking company. So what keeps you going?
What keeps me going, like I said, I know that this journey is not about me. And I know that I was sent here to help other people. Because I can easily be like, okay, I can just go work me a little 9 to 5 or whatever and do whatever. But no, it's bigger than me. So really the truck driving school, I don't know if I share it with you, but I help with second chance. So people who've been to prison, they come go to school with me. And a lot of them are in an industry, buying homes and being productive citizens. So it's not for me.
So you're not intimidated by men?
No. No, because I know at the core, they just like me. And even when I have conversations with them, I realize that they need me more than I really need them, or because I create a space for them to be vulnerable as well. So no, I'm not intimidated by them.
So in the second chance program that you have for people coming from prison and who have like a bad background,
yes,
what's your success rate?
With them, I think it's like a 84% success rate. So, you have those that, that tend to fall back with the other crowd. And unfortunately for them, later in life, they may get it, but they just missed the opportunity right now. I don't think the story is finished being written. Like, it's just not right now. But I had one guy, he served, as a matter of fact, I got his text message. He served 16 years in prison. Him and his cousin both come to truck driving school. And they were co-defendants. So they always rode together. One, I think this year he told me he made like 96K, and the cousin ended up making 85K. He was like, nobody told us that we could make this kind of money legally. Thank you. I'm buying a house. That's what he told me. So I always keep that open dialogue too with my students.
So I'm going to call you the mother of the community.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big hat.
You know how many families you're changing out there? Just opening those schools, how many people who goes to prison, and sometimes when they come out, they don't even know what to do with themselves. And you're giving them a chance to go back to school, train them, mentor them, and give them a job.
Yes.
At the end of the day, when you go home, how do you feel?
I feel complete. I feel like job well done. Because like again, I say it wasn't for me, but who did I help?
Okay.
That's it.
So for all the entrepreneurs out there going through difficult time, they don't know what to do, what advice do you have for them?
Child, I guess I'm gonna talk to myself too. Course. We have to stay the course. And one thing we know, that it cannot stay like this forever. We know once we started business, we didn't have customers, right? Then we built our clientele up. We had tons of customers, and then something happened. We lost customers, right? So it's like a forever train, roller coaster, right? So just keep your seatbelt on. That's my advice.
Keep your seatbelt on. Figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out. Keep your seatbelt on.
Okay. Cry,
cuss, quit. I've quit a couple times, and I go, oh, no, not today. I'll quit tomorrow. But that's what being an entrepreneur is about. Not giving up on yourself. betting on yourself. So that's how I take it.
Okay. So do you have any questions for me?
Girl, I'm waiting for you to tell me where's this beauty supply store.
So my beauty supply is on 287 and Walnut Creek.
Okay.
It's by Kroger.
Okay. I know what that. Kroger, 287 Walnut Creek.
The name is La Belle.
Okay.
You see how beautiful I am?
Yes.
So if you forget the name of my beauty supply, just Google beautiful in French.
Okay.
So Belle means beautiful in French. So
Okay.
La Belle braids and beauty supply.
Sure.
So we do braids, we do locks, we do everything you want. So whenever you guys come, just call me and say the sister are coming. You just pull up on me.
Okay, I would most definitely. And you know what? We have the most amazing mayor too.
Michael?
Yes.
He did my grand opening.
He did. Yes, that's brother.
Yeah, that's our brother.
That's our brother. And so we just have to get out in the community. Also, Black Moms of Mansfield, give us a big platform.
No, Black Moms of Mansfield are the first people that support me. When I opened, my God, the support was amazing.
Yes, yes.
And for any Black Moms of Mansfield listening, thank you so much for the support.
We were happy to see you.
They were just there. They were calling every single person that they were coming. And I'm like, I'm grateful for Mansfield.
Yes. So we are, and that's the type of women I'm saying. Like, we're here. And, you know, we hear the narrative where, Black women don't get along and this, that, and other. You know, in some cases it's true. And it just might not even be Black. It may just be a personality clash. I don't like everybody. And I'm not expecting everybody to like me. But we can get along for whatever goal we need to achieve. But we can have a seat at the table and come up with a resolution. But overall, I think we as women do well.
Wow, I'm so happy to see you today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Your story was amazing.
Thank you.
And I usually tell people again that even if you go through a hard time, just ask. It's the same thing when it comes to mentorship. If you see somebody that you want to look, just go through her. Maybe they're scared to talk to you. They can send you an email. Hey, my name is this. I saw you this. Do you mind to mentorship me? Or do you mind to explain me how to open a trucking company? How to open a childcare? How to open this? Even though sometimes, you know, as a mentor, they have to pay you sometimes because your time is money. People need to understand that. But just ask, because if you don't ask,
if the answer is no, anyway.
The answer is no, and you stay at the same place.
Yes.
But if you find great people who think like you, who want to see you succeed, there is no competition.
No competition.
So
I remind myself, like, the cows don't ever complain about that there's not enough grass.
Yeah. The grass is green everywhere.
Grass is green everywhere.
Well, I'm so glad again to have you.
Thank you for having me.
So before we end, I want you to look at your friend, at your people, at our community.
Yes, our community.
The girl in Kenya, in Nairobi.
Yes.
Tell them whatever you want them to know.
Don't give up. Believe in you. Even when there's a dark cloud, there's a sun somewhere. So you just have to just stay the course. Stay the course. And surround yourself with people that fill your cup.
Wow.
That's.
Thank you so much. Again,
thank you.
We have a lot of people watching. I want to say hi, at least to a few people. Again, thank you so much for watching. Miss Kenya and I are so happy to be here today.
Definitely.
And I see Miss Nikia on. Hi, and she said love Kenya, so love back. I see Miss Cuckoo. Hi, Miss Cuckoo. I see my Glory online. I see Marianne. I see every single person. So thank you again so much for watching.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to come back in 1 second. Encore, j'étais connectée sur Toride. Aujourd'hui, nous allons parler avec Mrs. Kenya. Son nom, c'est Kenya comme le country, le pays qu'on appelle Kenya en Afrique. Elle fait les dons en Afrique. On est venu parler sur comment réussir en tant que femme. Elle a vécu des situations très difficiles dans sa vie, mais elle n'a pas choisi de devenir ce qu'elle devient. Battue pour arriver où elle est arrivée. Aujourd'hui, elle est successful. Elle a une école des camions, je crois. C'est comme ça qu'on dit en français. On se connaît déjà avec le français. Donc, si vous voulez réussir dans la vie, n'abandonnez pas, travaillez dur. Si vous avez besoin des conseils, demandez autour de vous. Ce n'est pas toujours facile, même si c'est dark. Même s'il fait noir dans votre vie en ce moment, sachez qu'il y a le soleil quelque part. Et il y a des gens qui sont comme vous, qui sont prêts à vous aider. Il faut seulement savoir cogner à la bonne porte. Et aussi, apprenez à network avec d'autres personnes. Ne restez pas chez vous, dans vos maisons, et vous dites que qui va vous aider. Sortez, allez-y dehors, aidez la communauté. Et vous ne savez jamais qui a la solution dans laquelle vous avez besoin. Donc, j'étais connectée sur la plateforme de Toride. Encore, Toride, c'est une plateforme où on construit des entrepreneurs. Si tu as une chose, si tu veux partager quelque chose, make sure que tu aimes la page, tu tournes les notifications. Il y a beaucoup de choses qu'il fait tous les jours. Et dépendamment de ce que tu veux, tu pourras avoir ce que tu cherches. Si tu veux te connecter avec l'une d'entre nous, tu peux aussi le contacter et il va être sûr de nous contacter ensemble. Again, I was live on Toride platform and I'm still live on the platform. Toride is a platform where we build entrepreneurs. And if you have a show, if you want to do anything, make sure that you contact him. If you want to share with the community, just contact him and he will make sure that, we all come together. Like the page, follow his page. There's so many shows going on his platform, depending on what you like, what you want to know. I'm not always the host. And if you know someone wants to come here and share, they don't have to come when I'm here. They can ask for any host to host them and they can just pour into the community. So my name was Cadie Maranga. I was connecting live. I'm going to check with Miss Kenya. Do you have any more questions for me?
I don't have any more questions for you,
Okay.
but it's a pleasure being here with you.
So thank you so much
Yes.
for coming. I know you work all day, and thank you so much for everyone that watched. And again, my name was Cadie, and I will see you next time.
Thank you.